It's Wednesday. It is the first official day of summer, and we're talking about temperatures taking a plunge into the 70s and low 70s at that. But most importantly, we're talking about the track of what will be left of Tropical Storm Cindy and how and where and when it will collide with a cold front that is set up to give us anywhere from 2 to 5 inches of rain over the next few days, beginning in the next 24 hours or so. A lot to talk about weather and water-wise in just a few moments, and news-wise as well. Some rather unusual arrest, a man taken to jail in possession of what appears to be hundreds of pills last night after a large bag of pills fell out of his pocket at a Sagersville business. Another man jailed for threatening a woman with her life to get her to marry him. Another walking into City Hall in possession of illegal drugs, just in plain view of the chief of police, as I understand. We've got the McGoffin County Board of Education meeting and a wonderful story about more life-saving technology and equipment coming to McGoffin County, all at the behest and after the work and dedication of a local woman whose heart has inspired her to do just that. Glad to bring you that news in just a few moments. And a lot of other, I'm sure, announcements to work in with our calendar and such. Also, in our top headline, a serious auto accident last night in Sagersville. A two-car, and I will refer to it as a head-on collision involving two pickup trucks actually on the Ivy Point Hill. One vehicle apparently crossed the line and into the path of another pickup truck, each colliding at the driver's side portion of the vehicle, both one overturning, the other going into the ditch, and both occupants, that being the drivers, taken to the Pikeville Medical Center, one via helicopter. Here's the scene as one pickup truck, a maroon Toyota, was coming down the Ivy Point Hill going towards Sagersville, the other coming up the hill in the opposite direction, when state police say the operator of the maroon pickup truck veered over into the opposite lane of travel to some degree for an unknown reason, and you can see the result. The impact left both pickup trucks completely destroyed and damaged, both of the drivers having to be pulled out by rescue and EMS personnel. The driver of the blue pickup truck was cut out of the vehicle by the Sagersville Fire Department using their jaws of life and other life-saving equipment. The driver of the maroon pickup truck was pulled out through the back glass. Both were taken to the Pikeville Medical Center. The operator, the driver of the blue truck, was taken by ambulance for what was deemed to be serious but non-life-threatening injuries. The driver of the maroon pickup truck was taken to an established landing zone by ambulance behind the Sagersville Speedway, and from there Kentucky 9 out of Martin flew in and airlifted him to the Pikeville Medical Center for a serious leg injury. As for the cause of the crash, it's still yet to be determined. We have no condition updates on either of the two, but believe that none of their injuries were considered to be life-threatening, but would require, at least for one of them, a trauma center. I did a follow-up on that auto accident earlier this afternoon with the state police, and only learned that they are saying that it is still under investigation. There was also a non-injury auto accident that happened earlier today in the Falcon area of Route 42. Cars collided there, and once again, no major or any minor injuries, I think for that matter, were reported. This traffic was only tied up briefly until the investigation could be completed into the collision. Several arrests that have taken place since I saw you last, one involving an alert customer who was in the Sagersville McDonald's, a customer who wanted to and wished to remain anonymous and unnamed, but reportedly saw a large bag of pills fall out of the pocket of a paying customer who was attempting to pay for his order. That customer called 911 in McGoffin County, who then alerted McGoffin County Sheriff's Deputy Brian Tipton, who was later assisted on the scene by Kentucky State Police Trooper Zach Haney. Deputy Tipton's police citation indicates that once he entered the store, he found the suspect in question, later identified as a Tommy Dingus. The customer reported to authorities at some point that they saw this bag of pills, largely Neurontin, fall out of Dingus's pocket when he was attempting to get money to pay for his order. The pills estimated to be some 350 to 400 in count, mostly Neurontin, which at this time is not a scheduled narcotic, but I'm also learning after doing some doing some research that as of July the 1st, the DEA will be classifying Neurontin as a scheduled narcotic due to the extreme abuse of the drug as of late. Nevertheless, they also went to question him in the parking lot and searched his vehicle, and in plain view they saw another pill bottle in the cup holder, inside a quantity of Xanax, other prescription medications which were not in their prescription or prescribed container, a morphine tablet, and another Xanax had been found after being apparently dropped in the floorboard. There was also a used syringe found in the truck as well. Hundreds of pills, none in their original or proper container. And Dingus was charged with public intoxication of drugs, 3 counts of possession of a controlled substance, possession of a legend drug, possession of drug paraphernalia, drugs in their improper container, and was lodged in the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center. McGoffin County Sheriff's Deputy Brian Tipton was also the arresting officer in this case, in which a McGoffin County man is accused of threatening a woman with a handgun in an effort to get her to marry him. All in what was apparently an unsuccessful proposal. In the arrest warrant for Alvin Ratliff, who is charged with wanton endangerment in the first degree, Officer Tipton details that a statement from a female subject, who will go unnamed in this report, stated that back on the first day of May, she was driving in her vehicle, and that Ratliff was a passenger in that vehicle when they began to have an argument. The female also stated that she stopped her car at some point during the argument on Old Burning Fork Road and got out, and that Ratliff got out of the car after her as well. And then he proceeded to point a silver .38 caliber revolver in her face and threatened to kill her if she didn't agree to marry him. She stated to authorities that she feared for her life and got back into the car and left as a result, but later contacted the McGoffin County Sheriff's Department the following day, stating that she had feared the defendant was going to kill her and that she wanted to press charges against him. Ratliff was jailed on the arrest warrant yesterday and has since been ordered held on a bond or bail of $2,500. And lastly this evening, as far as drug-related arrests go, Bethany Lovely of Sagersville was arrested yesterday on several counts of possession of a controlled substance, one in the first degree, one in the second degree, one in the third degree, and illegal possession of a legend drug. She was said to have had in her possession 6 hydrocodone, 1 Xanax, 3 Neurontin, and another pill, for the name of which I can't make out. This was all after she came into the Sagersville City Hall, where Chief of Police Matthew Watson, as you may well imagine, was there, and says that he saw a pill bottle that was sticking out of the top of her shirt. He contacted Deputy Neil Adams of the McGoffin County Sheriff's Department to come and assist, given where the incident was taking place. And Adams found in his citation, he says that inside the pill bottle he found those before mentioned prescription medications that I found for which she did not have a prescription for. And she was charged on the before mentioned counts. And she too, as were the other 2 arrests that I just outlined, was ordered held on a $2,500 bond. I'll be right back. To get high-speed internet on their state-of-the-art fiber optic network for all of your home and business solutions, or to watch TV without a contract on over 200 digital channels with superb quality, or stay connected with family and friends with 24/7 telephone service you can always depend on, contact Foothills Broadband today. Or just click on their link to the right to find out how they're working to provide the latest in communications at affordable prices with exceptional service at Foothills Broadband. To anyone else, it might just be Thursday, but around here, it's Dipper Day at your Sagersville Lee's, where a plate full of big white chunks of crispy chicken, 2 homemade sides, and a big buttery biscuit is only $4.99, and only $4.29 after 4 o'clock. So for lunch, a night free from the kitchen, or to cater your next big family or business gathering, call your Sagersville Lee's famous recipe. Parkway Pharmacy, now open earlier from 8 a.m. until 6 in the evening to better suit your schedule and lifestyle, and to help you get better and live a healthier life. And if allergies are bogging you down, they're armed with the very best in over-the-counter relief for adults and your children.
Reach owner pharmacist Jesse Rudd and his assistant pharmacist Megan Castle and their staff at 8 o'clock in the mornings or at 349-4400. Just in and just perfectly priced at Gateway Motors, this 2012 Nissan Rogue all-wheel drive. And this 2012 Ford Fusion, only $7,900. This 2011 Chevy Cruze, loaded up, $8,900. And it's a push-pull-drag sale going on right now, which means however you can get it in, it's guaranteed to be worth at least $1,000. On this 2010 Nissan Sentra, priced at $7,900, or this 2011 Impala LT, priced under $8,000, and most payments under $200 a month. Come and check out Gateway Motors in Sagersville, 349 Cars. Much more than diesel specialist, Black Smoke Performance is turning out excellent auto body collision paint and repair results with free quotes and estimates on everything from insurance jobs to that ding you got in the driveway, custom lift kits, bed liners, winches and accessories, and full diagnostics and repair on anything gas or diesel, from brakes to fluid changes to major auto repair. If you want it fixed, lifted, painted, customized, or just maintained, just call on the team at Black Smoke Performance in Dixie of Sagersville, 100 May Drive, or 349-8785. Yes, Logan makes the best truck bodies on the market, and they also have a fully stocked warehouse of dump body parts, PTOs, hydraulic pumps, hoists, anything you need to get back on the road. And they are a full-service steel and aluminum service center. They keep I-beam, channel, angle, pipe, round rod, rebar, expanded metal, sheet metal, and aluminum all in stock. And if you've got a big project, they do commercial manufacturing to your specs. Logan, since 1904. A tire more than 25% low, about 8 pounds, makes you 3 times more likely, and worn-out tires 11 times more likely to be in a tire-related crash. Don't take your or their safety for granted. Come in for a free inspection, 6 months, no interest financing, the best price and best selection at Conley Tire in Staffordsville.
Hi, I'm Attorney Jeff Lovely. At my law office, we're determined to offer you and your family outstanding, cost-effective, and responsive legal services. I can help you if you've been injured in a car wreck. I'll be in your corner if you have a DUI or other criminal charges. You can file bankruptcy and stop those harassing phone calls, or I'll fight for you and your children in divorce and custody cases. For all your legal services, contact me when it matters. In Syersville at 349-4522, and West Liberty at 743-1965.
She had, and I say had because it's becoming a reality, she had a goal of covering the entire county with access to one of the most simple yet important life-saving devices in existence. As I told you before, when Brandy Howard pitched it to the Magoffin County Board of Education, that resulted in all Magoffin County schools purchasing and now having their own AEDs, as well as automatic or automated electronic defibrillators at the 2 sports complexes, football and baseball and softball. Her mission was born out of her own heart condition, with some other inspiration as well. And in addition, she partnered with State Representative John Blanton, and they're still working on getting AEDs in all Kentucky schools. But now Brandy is armed with 8 more AEDs that she is placing in very specific areas throughout Magoffin County, beginning yesterday at the Ramey Park Pool.
Here's the adult patches.
Pull red handle to open bag.
These 8 AEDs came from actually the t-shirt I'm wearing, Cameron's Cause. It's a charity that was formed by Laura and Dave Batson. They are a very good family that I've gotten to be very close with, and they have donated these in honor of their son who passed away. His name was Cameron Kelly Batson, and he died of sudden cardiac death on October 6th of 2010. And it was, devastation to them. So they decided to make a charity and to spread AEDs and spread awareness as far as they could. And so when when Representative Blanton and I went to the House, this past legislative session, we actually, I got to know the Batson family. He and I met them, and we got to know them, and we got close with them. And I had been, looking at the needs of the county after we got everything set with the schools. and it just wasn't enough for me. So I wanted to do more. So I was talking to Laura, and she was like, hey, I can help. What do you need?
And from there, it didn't take long for Brandy to devise a plan to cover the entire county with one, as you can see here just yesterday, going to the Ramey Pool. There will be one for the Little League and Youth League fields in the Ramey Park as well. One for each of the fire departments that don't already have an AED in Magoffin County, only 2 of which do at this time. One for the Magoffin County Rescue Squad, and one to stay in the community center for our annual events like Founders Day and the 4th of July and anything in that vicinity as well. And for places like the Ramey Park, it's a device that they couldn't afford, but couldn't afford not to have.
No, we couldn't have got them without the help of people like John and Brandy, and we really appreciate the fact that we do have them. Like John said, hopefully we never have to use them, but they're here if we do have to. And there's a park full of kids every day, every evening, and this could save somebody's life.
That's very accurate.
Yeah.
These things have proven themselves many times and been able to save lives from young people to old people, and we're seeing more and more young people that's having cardiac issues. So it's vitally important that we have these things in places like our swimming pool here at the park, where so many kids gather every day to enjoy the pool, and you can never have too many safeguards there. And now the pool will have an AED available that if something happens, all the guards are trained to use the AED, and we hope they never have to. And it may not be one of the children. It could be a parent or grandparent that's here with the child, but nevertheless it's here. And it's here because of Brandy's dedication and her passion for this cause. And shout out to Laura Baston and David with Cameron's cause for donating these AEDs to us here in the county.
I just want to make sure that I can make Magoffin County as safe as I can. It's my community, it's where I grew up. We don't have very good access to ambulance services and our fire departments, and those are the first people on scene, and if they have AEDs, then they have a piece of equipment that is a life-saving thing that is amazing to me for them to be able to provide. And it's an honor for me to know the Batson family and to be able to provide my county with this access to emergency medical care.
And while AEDs are incredibly simple and incredibly safe, basically a small child could use one as simple as just pressing a button and then following the prompts. It won't do anything that it shouldn't do. But even with that, there is required training, and Paul Douglas Conley and Nathan Cole have volunteered their time, trained all the lifeguards, and all the coaches with youth baseball and Little League in Magoffin County will be trained as well. And before you know it, you'll be seeing these other AEDs making their way to parts of Magoffin County.
So you can count on seeing more of Brandy and more AEDs here on the program and in the future and throughout the county, and much more on that story to come. More headlines to come, but right now, tonight's Magoffin Farm Bureau Community Calendar.
And it's got just a couple of quick reminders first for all of our golfing friends out there. The University of Pikeville football team is having an event, fundraiser, and it's a golf outing. Friday, July the 21st. This is going to be a 4-person scramble. It's $100 per person, $400 per team. They'll have prizes for the top 3 teams: longest drive, closest to the pin, hole-in-one, longest putt, tricky trade drawing prizes. They'll register that morning at 8, have a shotgun start at 9, and lunch and presentation of awards at 2:30. It's going to be a great cause, a great day on the Green Meadow Country Club course. And if you would like to be a participant or a player, contact Assistant Head Coach, Defensive Coordinator, Brian Williams. And there's his phone number, 794-9372. That's 794-9372. And don't forget, Magoffin County High School Class of 82, celebrating 35 years on June the 24th. Contact classmate Carol Scott Hall if you'd like to attend. This is for all classmates, their kids, grandkids as well. Going to be a big cookout in the Ramey Park. They hope that you'll join them. We hope that you use our community calendar as everybody else does for announcements like you just heard, and birthdays and anniversaries too. They don't cost anything. All you have to do is make sure you tell me so I can tell everyone else about them. Now on to obituaries provided by the McGoffin County Funeral Home. When I sat down to do the program, arrangements had not been made in honor of Michael Wayne Francis, but I have just been handed since a complete list of funeral services that are going to be held in his honor. 58-year-old Mike Francis passed away on yesterday's date, survived by a son, Michael Dwayne Francis, and preceded in death by another son, Jeremy Scott Francis. Funeral services are going to be held this Friday at 1 at the McGoffin County Funeral Home. Visitation will start tomorrow afternoon after 3 o'clock for friends, and then up until services once again Friday the following day at 1 o'clock. I'll be right back.
We are all human. Because we're not perfect, we tend to make mistakes. Unfortunately, some mistakes are severe and carry more consequences than others. If you have been hurt in a car wreck, a truck wreck, or because of someone's mistake, reckless or careless behavior, you deserve help with your medical expenses, lost wages, and serious permanent pain and injuries that you have been made to suffer and will continue to suffer for the rest of your life. If you have been injured, I can help. I'm attorney Don Wayne McFarland. Call me and let me go to work for you. 349-9000.
Summer is here, and so is summer fun and summer jobs, and you can find anything you need for pennies on the dollar at Parkway Gun and Pawn. Jewelry, electronics, guns, ammo, more, and they'll loan you money on just about anything worth $1. All at Parkway Gun and Pawn. 349-PAWN. Make your way to Broadway Auto Sales in Paintsville for this 2013 Jeep Wrangler, wheels, tires, tow, and more. And check out this big, roomy Tundra Crew Max with the big 5.7 liter and a like-new 2016 Ford Escape, all-wheel drive, loaded up. Just look for the big gorilla and yellow sunglasses. Broadway Auto in Paintsville. Like our 100% safe and secure mobile banking app at Sayersville National, we're always working to make your life a little easier. And our mobile deposit feature gives you more freedom and more time to do what you love the most. Just open the app, confirm the amount, and click. You're done. A safe, no-hassle way to manage your money from anywhere in the... Well, you get the drift. Now get the app at Sayersville National Bank. 349-3131. 'Tis the season, as they say, with wedding and baby registry at the seasonal shop. And as always, an endless selection of new summer shades and styles and sizes for everyone, from design houses of Charlie Page and Mud Pie with all the matching accessories to go along with them. Shoes, jewelry, hats, bags, scarves, and more. And new arrivals weekly with free local delivery. All from Fraser's Prater Drugs seasonal shop in downtown Sayersville.
Want a big screen but don't want to have to fumble around with a big bulky phone? Then the LG G6 from Appalachian Wireless is exactly what you've been looking for. A regular size phone with more screen and less border. And while this phone was built to hold, it was also built to resist dust and water. Get the brand new LG G6 for the introductory price of $49.99 with a 2-year agreement. That's $50 off the regular price. Better service, bigger savings. That's today's Appalachian Wireless, an East Kentucky network company.
Wanting you to have a healthier life means providing access to quality, affordable health care. And to do exactly that, Hope Family Medical Center offers full dental care with Dr. Pratt and his team, a pediatrician team of 3 doctors and nurses and moms, complete health care by family physician Dr. Kelly Pratt and nurse practitioners Mildred Sizemore, Gail Faria, Shannon Conley, and Heather Blair. Behavioral health services with Kimberly Davis, with in-house lab testing and results, in-house x-ray, and pharmacy. And all the caring, knowledge, and experience that these medical professionals represent
at Hope Family Medical Center.
Up next, coverage of last night's McGoffin County Board of Education meeting, and we'll begin with a very special presentation, actually a couple from Scotty B. Patrick of the McGoffin County Community Foundation. He was there via voice, via the speakerphone. They had attempted a Skype hookup, but there were some issues with the connection, and the speakerphone sufficed quite well. as he discussed with the McGoffin County Board of Education and Superintendent the partnership that's been formed with the McGoffin County Schools and the Community Foundation, the ECHO event they had back in April, how students are being invited to participate in this upcoming Community Day, and to let the school board know how much that students had raised throughout the ECHO event. And he also had another major announcement of a major donation to the schools.
Also, just as a other point, the students did raise $820 at the April meeting or April presentation at the high school, and this was put into an ECHO fund as part of the McGoffin County Community Foundation, and then we matched that $820 into that fund. So this is money that is available for charitable purposes and to be used by the students and the school system as they think is appropriate. So that's part of the ECHO program, is to help you do what you want to do in terms of educating the students and giving them some resources to do it with.
I appreciate it.
As a final point, because we want to continue with this relationship and separate and apart from the ECHO program, we want to make a donation to the McGoffin County school system of $10,000, and I think Lana or either Crystal has a check for that to be used as the school system deems appropriate. We recommend it for technology or computers or whatever, but it's really up to the school system to decide how it's best used in furthering the education of our youth.
We really appreciate that, and we are going to, we've talked a little bit about how we would do something, and we're looking at technology within the, starting out in the classrooms, and we really appreciate it.
So suffice it to say, we'll be hearing much more about the collaboration between the Community Foundation, the McGoffin County School System, ECHO, Community Day, and many other projects that they'll have on the horizon. Moving on, in his report, Superintendent Scott Helton made mention of some layoffs that happened at the end of the year, saying that he had hopes that federal funds would not be cut to the point that they could bring many of those positions and people back.
We have some people that received non-renewal letters. We're waiting to look at some of the funding from our federal programs. That's the only thing we're holding up on right now to see where we stand with that. In constant contact trying to find out if it's going to be cut, to what degree is it going to be cut. And I'm getting different reports, but within the next couple of weeks we'll try to nail that down, and we'll have everybody placed, and any new hires that takes place we'll have to post those and talk with the principals and go from there. But trying to finish out the year, had some retirements, and we'll go over those at the July meeting and talk to you about who all is retiring. But overall it's just finishing up, getting ready to start again.
Lastly, they went through a list of approval for several bids for various vendors for school, transportation, office, cafeteria supplies. They approved several fundraisers and conducted some other standard operating business, if you will, before adjourning. They also made mention of a special session to be held on the 28th.
And lastly this evening, but just as importantly as anything else we have discussed tonight, your weather forecast, where all eyes are focused, and rightfully so, on potential rainfall amounts beginning tomorrow. Well, in advance of the remnants of Tropical Storm Cindy, moisture from the Gulf of Mexico will be on the increase from southwest to northeast. Showers on the increase, and computers are still struggling to try to determine just exactly how much rainfall indeed we may see, but a loose estimate right now, 2 to 5 inches of total rainfall, and that of course will cause some significant flooding issues for some folks in Kentucky and the eastern part of our state.
At this time, I want to stress at this time, it appears that a round of heavy rain should start as the cold front starts to mingle with the remnants of Tropical Storm Sandy. That's tomorrow night into Friday. That's mostly right now across locations north of the Mountain Parkway and especially near the I-64 corridor and north. And that first batch of rain could dump 1 to 2 inches on average, with some locally higher amounts for some folks. And then another round of more widespread, more heavy rain across all of eastern Kentucky is expected as the remnants of Tropical Storm Cindy, did I say Sandy a moment ago? Cindy passed to the south of the area across the Tennessee Valley and into the southern Appalachians Friday night and into Saturday. That could be another 1 to 3 inches. You total all that up, possibility of 2 1/4 to 4 1/2 inches right now are estimates from the National Weather Service. And keep in mind, that's an average. Locally higher amounts could be seen by some individuals. And we know what 4 to 5 inches of rain will do in a relatively short period of time. We've seen it. We don't like it. We've seen it. But we'll talk more about that on tomorrow's program when we're 24 hours closer to the system and the setup. For tonight, a low of 65 degrees, partly cloudy skies, and a little patchy fog in the a.m. We'll see, I think, mostly cloudy skies for your Thursday. Today's the last day of sun for a little while. A 30% chance of showers early on your Thursday and a likelihood by tomorrow night. And then showers and clouds on your Friday. You'll notice what trend that temperatures follow. Low 80s tomorrow and into Friday. By Saturday, we get to the upper 70s. More clouds, more showers. Upper 70s again Sunday. Low 70s by Monday of next week. And we'll be stuck in the 70s possibly for a few days after as well. So we'll pick up your weather forecast and our focus on rain coming on tomorrow's program. For now, we simply ask that you enjoy the rest of your Wednesday evening and join us back here next time for more of Your News Today. Thank you for watching.